answers and notes to the coaches and players for America's team, let us go inside the stars on 105.3 The Fan.
Let's recap practice in Oxnard, California before we get to Denzel Washington and Hollywood attacking Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys on your home of America's team. Shan, RJ Choppy, and Cowboys insider Bobby Roberto Belt. What happened on the field?
It was a lot of good for the offense. The offense apparently was on fire in this one. You saw some highlight reel plays. Specifically yesterday, there was a George Pickens catch that everybody was talking about and saying, this is why you go and get him, even when he's covered.
Yeah, I want to win a championship.
He's not covered. But it was a good day of practice for a lot of different guys were back in the field. Jake Ferguson was back out there. They had about half the guys that they had been missing from recent practices were out there. And the big chatter, I love this. Yesterday, there were several people relaying practice and talking about the fact that, boy, Joe Milton, let me tell you about the practice he had. He was checking the ball down a lot.
Oh,
and that's good because we want him to, like, they were doing this like it was like the
learning process.
The way you would report on normally, like, Joe Milton hit 5 deep touchdowns. They're like, Joe Milton checked down the ball to a running back 5 different times. It was great. He's learning to go through his progression. So that was good. Now, the thing that's coming out of there, I saw Tommy Yars talk about this yesterday. It's looking more and more like JaVonte Williams right now is in the one chair for them at running back. And he's had a good camp, apparently. The only thing about JaVonte Williams that I think is going to frustrate people a little bit, there's no juice there. That dude does not have any burst. You're going to see it's all going to be,
lumbering power.
Yeah, it's the old, who was it? It was, I think, Don Meredith talking about Walt Garrison years ago. And he said, if it's 3rd and 1, we need 1 yard, I know Walt Garrison's going to get me 3. He goes, we need 5 yards, I know Walt Garrison's going to get me 3.
Yeah.
Like, that's JaVonte Williams. JaVonte Williams is a reliable 3 for you. You know you're getting that.
The longest run for JaVonte last season was 34 yards. The longest run for JaVonte the year before was 18.
Yeah, he has, in the last
18-yard run. That's Zeke-like.
That's Zeke.
Yeah, his last 600, I think it was like something like his first 400 touches of his career. He had...
His first year longest run was 13 yards.
He had 4 plays, I think, of 20 yards or more on his first 180 touches of his career. And in his last 600, he has 1, I think, which has all been since the knee. And so it's concerning. He's somebody who's got good hands. He can get down the field a little bit with some of the pass stuff, but he's not going to be an explosive back. That is a grinder. That's somebody between the tackles.
There's value somewhere in that.
Sure, and if they want to, I like how he said somewhere there's value. Maybe we just got to look for it a little bit. But what this says to me is if they are really focused in on JaVonte Williams, Brian Schottenheimer is somebody who probably wants you to be I know he's not going to mess up. I know he's going to be where he needs to be. I know he's going to do this. I know he's going to do that. He's going to be on task. He's one of those. He's very process-oriented. And the second thing is he does want to instill physicality. He wants a physical runner as the main guy.
Malik picked off Dak for Dak's first interception against the Cowboys defense since July 30th. Deron Bland said there have been some talks with his agent, said he would like to get a new deal done before the season. Mozzie Smith gave a really honest and depressing self-assessment from the Rams opener. Quote, I just didn't do anything. You got to do something. I'm a first-round pick. There are expectations and all that. This is my 3rd year. So I appreciate the honesty, but I hate the reality. I just didn't do anything. You got to do something.
Yeah, because it's not like you were going up against, like, this is the Eagles' offensive line, and they're just working you out here. This is the first preseason game, and Mozzie Smith is just I feel bad for him because, like, in some instances, a Taco Charlton, I felt like Taco just had a bad effing attitude most of the time, and in Tristan Hill's case, bad attitude a lot of times, and in some instances just would get in his own head and just, like, isolate. Mozzie wants to do good. Like I don't get any impression that Mozzie doesn't want to be successful. It's just, I think he feels like, it seems a lot of times like he doesn't have faith in himself that he can do it.
He's mopey.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one of the, I don't want to say what the character, are those the dwarfs? The elves? Is
The seven
Happy,
dwarves.
dopey, sleepy.
yeah.
I thought you were just talking about a personality trait of
I'm
somebody.
not Dave Aranda. Okay? 877-881-1053.
Dopey, grumpy, bashful, Doc. Sleepy, sneezy, happy.
No Mopey?
It was dopey. It was
dopey.
close.
Dopey.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to call him a dope. I'm just saying, you see the body language. He's got the worst body language out there. You could see it his rookie season.
Yeah, his
Shoulder slump.
He's got, the, what do they call it? Text neck? He's got text neck because his head's down so much.
Schottenheimer said Tyler Guyton with the knee has been getting reps in their mock practices. He's doing well, not putting a timeline on it. Very pleased with what I've seen from him. The intensity, he's attacking the rehab, the way he's working, not normal for a second-year player. I am very proud of him for that. So that's a recap from yesterday in Oxnard. Nick Eatman at 9 o'clock.
Or they seem genuinely optimistic that Guyton could be ready. And I know that there have been times where they've said, we're trying to get him ready, or we hope he's out there, and it sounds overly optimistic. This one sounds like they genuinely were thrilled that it wasn't the way they initially diagnosed it, and it also seems like they're genuinely trying to ramp him up for you can either be ready, even if not week 1, by week 2. So I don't think we're going to go long without him out there.
Let's go out to Hollywood for some latest Dallas Cowboy assessment. Emmitt Smith was on the blue carpet for the Netflix premiere, and Emmitt was asked how shocked he is, and Emmitt has been refreshingly raw and honest killing this team. Whether it's with us at the Super Bowl, with the G-Bag Nation at the Super Bowl, he will call them out. And I wanted to see if he would do it with like the whole Jones family standing yards away from him to an event that he was invited to. And Emmitt was asked if he was shocked about the drought.
Yes, it's still shocking to me. And I'm a firm believer that we should be in contention every decade, at least one time in the NFC Championship game. We should be there at least 3 times because that's the hallmark of a true championship organization. And that's that legacy that I look for, and that's what I expect of our Cowboys. However, it hasn't happened. But nonetheless, we still America's team, no matter how everybody look at it.
Yeah, there you go.
Tags it at the end just to be nice. Nonetheless, we still are. We still are America's team. What about Jerry's role in the drought?
Well, Jerry never caught a pass. Okay. He never ran the ball, and he damn sure didn't throw one. So at some point, players got to take on ownership of what they've been trained and what they've been taught to do. We had to do it ourselves. We went back-to-back Super Bowls, and then we lost our leader. And we was in disarray for a year. But as a player and as the leadership of that ball club and that ball team, we took it upon ourselves to say, this is what we're going to do. We don't care who's at the hand. Our systems are still the same. Our processes are still the same. We know how to work. We've been trained how to work. We were built from the ground up. So that foundation never left. So therefore, we was able to go back and win our third. So at some point, you as a player have to take on ownership and be developed into the leaders that you need to develop. And it's not all about you all the time.
So that's Emmitt then putting it on the players. And
which it's just such a different NFL. Like they were just better. Like you could put it on the players then. They were just better than everybody else. As a team. Like they had their backups were everybody else's starters.
Yeah, but also at that time, it was, you were great, but the 49ers were great too. Mm-hmm. And so the differences a lot of times were who was preparing their team a certain way or who was getting the most out of them. I do think if you talk to the vast majority of players around the team, when whatever year it is in a given year, I don't think a lot of them, no matter who the coach is, generally tend to think coach is screwing us over here. Or Scott Linehan is screwing us over here. They generally will say, at the end of the day, we got to do it. And maybe that's not fair over 30 years when you look at how talented they've been and how limited they've gone deep into the postseason. But I think I don't think that's just a public thing. I think a lot of them genuinely do feel like when we lose, that is on us not doing it, and it sucks.
The clip that went viral came from First Take. You got Spike Lee sitting next to Denzel Washington, who we've seen a few times in Oxnard. We haven't had the huge celebrity sighting in a couple of years in Oxnard, have we?
No, we haven't. We had We've had Rob Lowe. We've had Jamie Foxx. We've had tons of celebrities have been out there. It has not been that way over the last, 3-4 years?
Dallas Cowboy fan Denzel Washington decided to drop the hammer on Jerry.
I like Pittsburgh. I don't like what Dallas is doing. I know they're making a lot of money, and I'm happy for the owner. But the fans ain't happy. I've been a fan. I grew up in Mount Vernon, uptown.
Money earning.
The Red Raiders, we were the Red Raiders in the 60s. I was the running back, and we used to shift. Like the Cowboys.
Landry.
So I said, oh, the Cowboys play like us.
Right.
I've been a Cowboy fan since the 60s. He's making it hard for me.
Wow.
Not to be a fan, because I'm still a Cowboy fan. I'm still going to have the star on the side of the hat. But he ain't thinking about us. He's thinking about his pocket. There's box office and there's Oscars. Jerry, been a while, huh? You ain't been to the show, you wouldn't know.
Ooh.
Wouldn't been to the show, you wouldn't know.
Uh-oh.
Haven't been to the show, so you wouldn't know what it is to win.
So that's Denzel blowing up yesterday with the fans totally supporting it.
It was, it's so transparent. They were just trying to find a way to talk about them, right?
You ever watch Remember the Titans?
Well, he's a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. When was the last time you think Denzel sat and watched an entire football game, though? That's a busy dude. I bet he's not watching a ton of Cowboys games.
I bet he's watching. But the problem is, what would Jerry's response be like to that from Denzel? Well, yeah, he's a great actor. Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Jerry is an absolute perfect expert at letting it roll right off the shoulders.
He now made that. Some would say that means he doesn't care. And I would say, yeah,
Doesn't care about.
He doesn't care what Denzel thinks.
Right.
That doesn't mean he doesn't care. He just doesn't care what anybody really thinks.
It's the line he said 35 years ago to the beat when he talked to him the first time, where he said, I got big shoulders, I can take it. I don't care what you write, just spell Dallas Cowboys right in your headlines. That's what he cares about.